I guess this is a good problem to have, is we have so many houses. We have so many darn codes. Trouble remembering it all. It's not that. So we're at a flip house we did in Broken Arrow, and just a couple of things to notice how on the outside that we made some quick changes. There was some archways here. We took everything out, opened this porch up, replaced the windows. Had those old arch windows, and we just squared them out with some standard. So I got an interesting story. It's kind of funny. So we bought this house. It had brick columns. I said I want to take out these bricks, these columns. You can kind of see where they were. They were big, massive columns. You look at the pictures. This was a brick wall, and this from here, from that end down to about here was the original house. It was the original brick that the rest of the house is, and it looked fine. Right here, this addition was added on, and there was a crack, and it was a different brick. It was similar, but it was a different brick. So when we were talking about the demo on this house, he said, let's go ahead and take all the brick off the addition because it was a sub-quality, substandard quality. Somewhere in that, when I come out to check on the guys, they had torn this entire wall off. Like, this was an accident. I mean, fortunately, the siding does look good and it changes it a little bit, but this is the miscommunication somewhere between me and the GC and the demo crew. We went from taking off part of the wall to taking off the whole wall. When we go inside, we're going to talk about this addition because I learned something new on this deal on additions and egress. Egress is a secondary exit out of a bedroom. So if there's a fire, you have to have a window to be able to get out. So in your master bedroom, evidently, if there's no window, it's not a master bedroom, and you have to do something different. So this is a nice little 3-bed, 2-bath. So this was originally the master. This house was built as a 3-bed, 1.5 bath, with a 2-car garage. It was built in the late 1970s, somewhere in the mid 80s. There was an addition done on the back of the house, and this was the master bedroom. Well, when we came in the master bedroom, this wasn't here. There was no window out of this room. Once we remodeled the house and we sold it, the appraiser wasn't going to count this as a bedroom. It was going to list it as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, which dramatically reduced our value. And the only way that we were able to get the appraiser to agree to our numbers or come up with the values that were needed to support the sale of the property, we had to give there had to be an access to an exterior window from this bedroom for this to be the master bedroom. So our compromise, because this was originally the den, it's kind of an odd room. It's like a sitting room. So we had to open this up. This was originally part of the den, and this was one large room. So our compromise is now this is a sitting room. This is a sitting room off of the master that's almost as big as the master. I hadn't seen this. This is, and this is what really chaps my ass. We spent this money on this mini split that was large enough to cool this entire back of the house. And then we had to put this wall up so we had access to a window off this master. So this is completely overkill heat and air for this room because it was designed for 3 times this. Well, the good news, the den is still pretty good sized. Like that wall there, I don't really feel like anything is missing, except for that big old expensive mini split that was designed to heat this entire space. So now we have to put another window unit. And the back door is unlocked. Of course, back door is unlocked. Okay, good. So it's siding. So at least we're gonna cut in and frame a window unit right here. Which reminds me, before I forget.
Yeah, Mark.
Hey.
I'm trying to play with a tractor a little bit while we've got some decent weather. I told my brother I'd have his tractor back to him tomorrow, so I'm we've got a little last minute work to do with it before we return it to him.
Okay. So we're just gonna stick this 110 unit. Francisco's gonna just cut a hole in the wall and trim it out. So I think we got the window unit handled. And just move on.
That'll work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's all I had in mind was a 110 unit.
Yeah, we're gonna do a 110.
Plug in that wall right there beside it.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna cut a hole in the wall and we need to trim it out. So it's easier just to have Francisco come finish it.
Okay, so am I cutting a hole out or is he putting it in?
I'm just gonna let him put it in, unless you really want to.
Oh, that's fine with me.
Okay. All right.
That's fine with me. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Okay, so we're gonna put a hole in the wall. Put a 110. It'll plug into that outlet. It's a heat and air unit. It'll be plenty sufficient enough to keep this little space. We also have the vents and the fans off here, so this will be circulating. So, but this will be a supplemental just to make sure that this room has what it needs. Take a picture of this. You know, we bought this house when we came in here. I'm trying to walk through this. It was, it was remodeled in the 80s. We came in, we painted everything, changed all the fixtures, changed the flooring, the windows, updated all the electrical. We gutted the kitchen, replaced it. You know, lots of times it's cheaper in the long run just to buy brand new cabinets, and instead of trying to have to spend the time and the money and the labor of fixing old stuff, and then you really don't have any. You still, end up with a old product that just it's more efficient to replace everything. HVAC guy was going to try to drop a duct from there to there, ran into a header, so I had to put it back together. Well, I don't really have a lot to say about the other rooms. When a cosmetic remodel, you paint the walls. We did change the windows, change your registers, new light fixture, new carpet, new door, new handles. I guess new closet door. So it's all fresh, new blinds. It's not. And then in the bathrooms, we rebuilt the bathrooms. I remember when we bought this house, it was built with a bath and a half. And this was a section, and there was like a hallway, and this tub, not this tub, but the tub that was here, actually ran this way. And then that was the master bathroom, which is this one over here, was only a half bath. So it was the tub, the wall was right here. This space was the access to the tub that was running across this wall. It was very inefficient design. So whenever we remodeled it, we gutted both bathrooms and we ran them widthwise instead of lengthwise. And we were able to put two tubs back to back, giving us two full bathrooms and increasing our value. So of course, new bathroom, drywall, paint, light fixture, mirror, new vanity, new toilet, new fiberglass around. You trim everything out, new flooring. It's just a lot easier to come in here and update everything. New fart fan, new vent covers, smoke detectors. This was a pretty simple cosmetic flip. We came in, we painted the interior, the exterior. We took out the brick, re-sided the house. The roof was done a few years ago, so it was still new. We cosmetically paint, drywall, new bathroom, 2 new bathrooms, new kitchen, all new flooring throughout, new doors. We updated the electrical, so there's new outlets, new switches. We upgraded the panel. The heat and air and the hot water tank were 5 or 6 years old, so we're able to service those and keep them in use. New trim. we use the same basic model in all of our houses. We do carpet in the bedrooms and only in the bedrooms. So if you have to replace it, you only have to do room by room. But in all the common areas, we do the luxury vinyl plank because it's very durable and it's very cleanable. So we do that, run that through most of the house. It also gives it a nice clean look. This was a pretty easy one. There's nothing. I mean, occasionally we get some ones that don't require full cosmetic surgery. You're not removing slabs or changing. We end up having to add that wall. The biggest thing on this one was the egress for that window. So you have to have two ways out of any bedroom or any place where people were sleeping. So our compromise was to put that weird sitting room and take part of the den. And even that was we've been doing this for 20 years, and we have flipped multiple houses that had additions where they didn't have a window. Now this is the first time that we didn't. It was a master bedroom because I think we could have got away with it had it been just a secondary bedroom. It could have been used as an office, but in order to get our appraisal value, we had the 3 bedrooms and the 2 baths, and we couldn't count that as a bedroom without a window. And we added the sitting room so we could have access to a window. Fun and exciting times. Nobody tells you this crap when you start flipping houses. I mean, things like that. Now, this is unusual. I mean, we've done this hundreds of times, and this is the first time this come up. So there is a lesson to be learned. Make sure that you understand the codes and requirements when you're buying houses. I mean, that turned out to be a reasonably decent fix. We just added a wall. But it could potentially have been something that was dramatically worse. It could have cost a lot of money.